Hello dear students, so here I am with a new video. So this will be small videos wherein I will be explaining some important concepts which will be useful in physics. So this video is regarding trigonometrical concepts. So let's start. So here what I will be explaining mostly is the concepts related to the quadrants. So you know basically the four quadrants wherein the first quadrant is up to 90 degrees, the other is up to 180 degrees, this is 90 degrees, the other one is done 270 degrees, and this is 360 degrees. So what we will be seeing is how the trigonometrical functions vary among these quadrants. So let's start. So first thing is all of you must be knowing all these values of the functions within the first quadrant, at least that means up to 90 degrees. Okay, so the thing is you have to understand that the sine function increases in the first quadrant. So you can see sine 0 is 0, sine 30 is 1 by 2, sine 45 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, and sine 90 is 1. So you can see that sine is increasing in the first quadrant. So opposite to that, cos will be decreasing in the first quadrant. Okay, so cos starts from opposite of 90. So 1 root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, 1 by 2, and 0. You can also see that you can reverse this order. If you reverse this order will come in cos. So that means sine and cos are actually complementary. So something sine 90 plus theta or 90 minus theta will give you cos theta. Okay, so and you can also remember that all other functions will have infinity in them. So we will clear it out when we see the graphs of the functions. Okay, so tan is basically sine by cos, and you can see the values. 0 by 1 is 0, and these two values, if you divide these two values, you will get this value. Similarly, if you divide these two values, you will get this value. So tan 0 is 0, tan 30 is 1 by root 3, tan 45 1, tan 60 degrees is 1 root 3, and tan 90 is infinity. So similarly, cot, if you see, cot is 1 by tan. It is reciprocal of tan function. So and it is also complementary to tan. So if you reverse this order, you will get this order. Alright. So similarly, if you see sec will be 1 by cos theta. So this is reciprocal of cos theta. So you can just reciprocate cos and you will get the value of sec theta. So similarly, cosec is reciprocal of sine theta, and it is also complementary to sec. That means if you reverse this order, you will get this order. Alright, so this was, anyways, you will be already knowing the values in the first quadrant. What I wanted to tell you here is how do you find the values of the different trigonometrical functions in different quadrants. So we'll divide our the quadrant system in four, in which we'll just remember where the values of the functions are positive. So in the first quadrant, we'll see that all the values, all the trigonometrical functions are positive. In the second quadrant, you will see that only sine is positive. If sine is positive, that means cosec will also be positive. In the third quadrant, we will find that tan is positive. That means the reciprocal of it, cot, is also positive. In the fourth quadrant, you will find that cos is positive. That means cosec, that means its reciprocal sec. Sec is also positive. And this quadrant is not only up to 360 degrees. That we have to see. So the quadrant starts from here. So it goes up to 90 degrees, 180 degrees. That means this is pi by 2. This is pi. This is 3 pi by 2. That means 270 degrees. This is 360 degrees. That means 2 pi. And it can again go beyond it. It can again repeat itself. So this is 2 pi plus pi by 2. Okay. And this is again, it will become 3 pi. Okay. So this will become 3 pi plus pi by 2. This will become 4 pi. So it can go on repeating, and the values will all, the sign, the values of all these trigonometrical functions will always be the same when it returns back to the same quadrant. So that we have to understand here. Now I want you to remember one thing. If something comes in the function, if something comes like 90 plus minus theta, okay, or odd multiples of 90, that means 90 plus minus theta, that means pi by 2 plus minus theta, okay, or 3 pi by 2 plus minus theta. These are odd multiples of pi by 2. That means here or here, this will be odd multiples of pi by 2. This is what? 1 pi by 2. This is what? 3 pi by 2. Again, if you see, it is 5 pi by 2. If you make a round again, so this is pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 4 pi by 2, again 5 pi by 2. Okay, and this will come again 7 pi by 2. So these kind of multiples, odd multiples, if they are being used in the trigonometrical functions, what you have to remember is the values get changed. The trigonometrical function sign, the trigonometrical functions get changed while putting them in terms of theta. So sine becomes cos and reciprocal cos becomes sine. So vice versa. Tan becomes cot and cot becomes tan, sec and cosec becomes sec. If they are even multiples, there will be no change. So that means sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos, and all the trigonometrical functions will remain as it is. So there is no change. So what do we call about even multiples of 90? Even multiple of 90 means, let's say, at this point. Okay. So even multiple of 90 will be at this point and at this point. So this will be 2 pi, this will be 2 pi by 2, that is pi, 2 pi, and again if you see 4 pi by, this is 4 pi by 2, so this becomes 2 pi. Again if you see 6 pi by 2, that means 3 pi. Whatever comes at this point or at this point, we have to see that they will not change the sign. So let's see by some examples, then this point will be clear for you. So let's say if you want to find the value of cos 1 by 2, 120 degrees. So generally we remember the value up to 90 degrees. From 0 to 90 degrees we remember the values generally. The values of the angles in the other quadrants are not required to remember. So what you can do basically is cos 120 degrees can be written as cos 90 degrees plus 30 degrees. So you can see, so what we are asking is cos 90 degree plus 30 degrees. So it comes in this quadrant somewhere. So this is second quadrant. So you have to, what we saw is this is all sine, tan and cos. Okay, so we remember that in the second quadrant only sine is positive. So we have to find cos of something. So we will find that this is not positive, so we will be making a sign minus here, and since it is odd multiple of 90, cos will become sine, so it will be minus sine 30 degrees. You can see the previous one. What I told is if it is odd multiples of 90 degrees, sine is going to become cos and cos is going to become sine. So what you find here is if you have to find cos 90 degrees plus 30 degrees, it will become, first thing is since it is odd multiples of 90 degrees, you have to change it. So cos will become sine. Second thing is which quadrant does it lie? So it lies in the second quadrant. This particular angle lies in the second quadrant. So that is going to be negative because cos is negative in the second quadrant. So minus and sine 30 degrees. So you know the value of sine 30, that is 1 by 2. So over a value of cos 120 degrees is minus 1 by 2. This could have been solved in another way. You could have written it cos 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Now again, this is even multiple of 90 degree. That means this particular thing is coming at this point and then minus. Okay, so this direction is positive. So 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Okay, so if you are touching this particular line, you can remember in this way also. If you are touching this particular line, the value is, sine is not going to change to cos or cos is not going to change to sine. The trigonometrical function are not going to change. If you're touching this line, that is going to change. In this particular example, how we saw cos 90 degrees plus 30 degrees. So you're touching this particular line and then going beyond or coming back. Similarly, if you're touching this particular line, so 180 degree minus something plus something is not going to change the function. So cos will remain cos, sine will remain sine. Okay, so it is cos 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. That means it is the second quadrant. So if it is the second quadrant, you will see that cos is negative. So we have put a negative sign here. And cos remains cos only. So it will be equals to cos 60 degrees. Okay, so cos 180 degree minus theta will be equals to minus cos theta. Okay, that is equals to again minus 1 by 2. You know, cos 60 is 1 by 2, and there is a minus sign. Similarly, if you want to see what is the value of cos 180 degrees, so cos 180 degrees can be written as cos 180 degrees minus theta, that is minus 0 degrees. So it can be told that it is minus cos 0 degree because it is in the second quadrant. 0 is not actually, it is on the line, but we will again assume it like. So this is 180 degree minus 0. Let's say it comes here, somewhere here. So here anyways cos is negative. Okay, so it will negative sign. You could have taken it like this also. Cos 180 degrees plus 0 degrees. Which quadrant does it come? 180 degree plus 0 degree. Somewhat little bit you can extend plus something. So this is in the third quadrant. Again in the third quadrant also cos is negative, so it is again minus cos 0, so it becomes minus 1. Okay, so similarly the other values you can find. Tan 120 degrees is tan 90 plus 30, that is minus cos 30 degrees, minus cot 30 degrees, so that is equals to minus root. In general terms, what will be sine 90 plus theta? So what basically happens is 90 plus theta something, so something in the second quadrant. Since it is touching this particular line, it will change. So it will change to cos theta, and it is in the second quadrant, and whatever we have to find, that is sine is positive in the second quadrant, so it will be positive. So sine 90 minus theta, sine 90 plus theta is equals to cos theta. Other things you already know, like sine 90 minus theta is equals to cos theta, cos 90 minus theta is equals to sine theta. These things are in the first quadrant equals to is itself. So sine 90 minus theta comes back in the first quadrant itself. Here everything is positive. So since you are touching this line, you are going to change it. So sine becomes cos. Similarly, what is sine 180 minus theta? So since you are touching this line now, this time you are touching this line. So what we are doing is sine 180 degrees minus. So it is in the second quadrant. So that means sine is positive. So this value will be positive. So this value is positive. So this will be positive sine and theta because it is in the second quadrant first thing. And since we are touching this line, so you're not going to change the trigonometrical function. So sine will remain sine. Okay, similarly, so if you see cos 180 degree minus theta, so it again becomes in the second quadrant. So since you touch the 180 degree line, so it's not going to change, so it will be cos theta. But since it is in the second quadrant, and in second quadrant sine is cos is negative, it becomes minus cos theta. So if I ask you what is sine 180 degree plus theta, so here what you are going to do is, let's see, 180 degrees plus theta, you are in the third quadrant. Third quadrant sine is negative, so this will be equals to minus sine theta. Why it is so? Because since you are touching the 180 degree line, you are not going to change the trigonometrical function, so sine remains sine. And since it is in the third quadrant, so in the third quadrant sine is negative, so it is negative. So what about cos 180 degree plus theta? This is also minus cos theta, because again 180 degrees you are touching, so it's not going to change the sign, change the trigonometrical function, so cos will remain cos. And since it is in the third quadrant, so in the third quadrant cos theta is negative, so it is minus cos theta. Okay, so what about tan 180 degree plus theta? This will become plus tan theta. Since we are touching 180 degree line, tan remains tan, and since it is in the third quadrant and tan is positive in the third quadrant, so that will be equals to tan theta. So this is the way you can solve the questions. So these things anyways you will be studying in maths, but I just told you how to remember it in form of some tricks or in this quadrant system, so that you will never get confused while solving the questions. So because all these things will always be coming when you are studying wave, or when you are trying to solve some questions in which trigonometrical functions are there. So you will find that you will need this kind of formula. Apart from that, there are a lot of other formulas you have to remember through your mathematics classes. So when you are reading your trigonometry, you will be studying all those formulas. I'll just list down those formulas here. You can have a look on that. So let's see the graph of the functions. So let's see what is sine x. Or if you see the value of sine, what we saw is from 0 to 90 degrees. We saw that sine starts from 0 degree. So sine 0 is 0, and the value goes from sine 0 equals to 0 to maximum of 1. So sine actually varies between 1 and minus 1. And similarly, cos also varies from 1 to minus 1. So you can see here, sine actually has started from 0. So sine has started from 0. Sine 0 is 0 here, and sine is increasing this way, and at the value of pi by 2, this is pi by 2. So sine pi by 2 is 1 and sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. Okay, so sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. So the value of sine theta always remains between this minus 1 and 1 line, and cos also remains always between the minus 1 and 1 line. Cos 0 but is 1, so it starts from 1. So this is the 1 line, so cos 0 degrees is 1. Cos pi is again minus 1. Cos pi by 2, if you see, this is 0. Here we already are knowing this. So sine 0 is 0 and sine 90 degrees is 1. Sine cos 0 is 1 and cos 90 degrees is equals to 0. Cos 90 degree is equals to 0. So this is the way where the graph of cos lies, so between minus 1 and 1. All other graphs goes up to infinity. So see, this is the infinity line. So this is the infinity line here. So if you are seeing the tan graphs, tan also you have to see that it increases in the first quadrant. Okay, so this is your 0 line. So if you see this, if you find this, you will find that tan 0 is 0 and it increases, and tan 90 becomes infinity. So this infinity line, it's not touching it, so it will go and meet it somewhere on infinity. Okay, so this graph goes and meets somewhere on infinity on this line. So tan pi by 2, you will find that tan pi by 2 is infinity. Similarly, in the negative direction, tan minus pi by 2 is equals to minus infinity. Okay, so here one more thing you can do is, let's say someone asks you what is sine minus theta. Okay, so again you can use the same coordinate system. So sine minus theta, we start generally from here. So since we are not going in this direction, we are going in this direction, minus theta. So sine minus theta is again coming in this quadrant. So that is the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, we know that the sine value of sine is negative. So we'll put a negative sign here. And what about whether it is going to change or not? Sine is going to change to cos or not? So since we are touching this line, we already saw that if you are touching this line, you are not going to change sine to cos or any other thing. So what we'll do is, sine will remain sine itself. So it will be sine theta itself. Similarly, if you see cos minus theta, that will become what? This is in the fourth quadrant. So fourth quadrant is cos is positive. So it will become cos theta itself. And since we are touching this line, we are not going to change this trigonometrical function. So I think it's still cos theta. Alright. So this is also one thing. So this can be 270 degrees plus something, 270 degrees minus something, 360 degrees plus something, 360 degrees minus something. Okay, or 360 plus pi by 2 plus something minus something. So whatever it comes, it will lie in any one of these four quadrants only, and accordingly you can see the value of the. So now tan is completed. So you can see that tan varies from 0 to infinity and minus infinity. Now for cosec, you have to see if you see cosec graph, cosec also has infinity values, and it is reciprocal of sine. Okay, so what we know is cosec theta is equals to 1 by sine theta. Okay, so sine 0, we already know these values. So if you see cosec 0 is infinity. So cosec 0 is infinity. So cosec starts its values with infinity. So this is 0, see 0 line. So cosec starts its value with infinity. So this line is actually going to touch somewhere in infinity. So the cosec 0 value will be infinity, and it comes up to, see, it comes up to 1. So at 90 degree it will come up to 1, and again it will go back. So you can see that it never reaches between the point 1 and minus 1. It is opposite to the graph. You see that this particular part is always empty. So this cosec value never comes inside this part. Similarly, this with the sec also. So similarly with the sec, you will find that the value doesn't come inside the minus 1 and 1 line, as it is with the parents. Parents means I mean the sine and the cos. So sec is opposite of cos. So you will find that this is not coming inside this minus 1 and 1 line. It goes beyond it, and it goes also to infinity. Okay, so cosec 0 is infinity, and cosec pi by 2 is 1. So it reaches from infinity to 1, and but again reverses back. U kind of a shape, parabolic. Okay, somewhat parabolic. So this way. And if you see the cot graph with respect to tan, you will find it just like a mirror image of it. So cot 0 starts with infinity, and pi by 2 it becomes 0, and again it goes to minus infinity. Okay, so the thing was tan was going from here to here. Sorry, tan was going from this way, but you can find that cot is going in the opposite way. So it is just a mirror image kind of a thing between, it is just reversal of the tan function. So you can see the graph and understand according to the values. Okay, and then there are some other formula also which are important for you to remember, like sine square theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. This formula you have to remember. A lot of formulas are there. This will be mostly useful in your mathematics classes, but still you have to remember all this formula, as these are the very basic formulas which will always be useful in solving any questions. So that's it guys, this is a small video related to some trigonometrical concepts. So if any doubts are there in this concept, you can just write down in the comments and I'll try to clear it off. And please do like and subscribe my channel so that I get motivated to upload more videos on it. Thank you students.